Here's your wrestling news for April 7th, 2022. And your headlines for today include Seth Rollins advertised for this week's WWE SmackDown, future challenger leaked. 5 top WWE stars advertised for WrestleMania Backlash. Tammy Lynn Sytch involved in fatal 3-car crash and faces possible criminal charges. Breaking news, Edge talks about his retirement from wrestling. Samoa Joe looks as good as ever. Will he switch between AEW and ROH? Jericho Appreciation Society vs. Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz is truly heating up. Nash Carter released by WWE, another WWE star trends on Twitter. Kimber accused of leveling allegations against Nash Carter after getting divorce papers. Steve Austin has no plans to wrestle again after WrestleMania 38. Was Cody Rhodes' promo on WWE Raw 100% scripted? And more. We are kicking off today with SmackDown, as this Friday will be the first post-WrestleMania edition of the Blue brand, but one of Raw's top stars will make an appearance. Seth Rollins is advertised by WWE's website to appear at Friday's SmackDown from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's unclear if Rollins will be appearing on the show or if he'll be reserved to the dark match, as WWE's reported new strategy is for dark matches to be interpromotional bouts to sell tickets. After losing to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania and confronting the American Nightmare on Raw, it'll be interesting to see what he has to say on his rare appearance on SmackDown. It remains to be seen what Rollins will do on this Friday's show, but there's plenty of possibilities for the massively talented superstar. With Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and Lesnar flying home immediately after the show, the Tribal Chief does not have a challenger at this time, but that spot could be filled by Rollins. Rollins is the only man to hold a singles victory over Reigns since his transformation into the Tribal Chief, as he won by disqualification at the 2022 Royal Rumble event. Failing to win the title in controversial fashion, it could be time for Seth to get his long-awaited rematch against his former Shield brother, this time with the undisputed WWE Universal Championship on the line. We imagine that if Rollins simply asks for a title match, then Reigns will say no, meaning that the Visionary may be forced to take drastic action. Roman Reigns isn't advertised for WWE shows next week, and though WWE haven't confirmed why, it could be Rollins who writes him off TV for that week. Attacking the Tribal Chief this Friday would explain why Reigns doesn't appear next week, and would give the head of the table a reason to accept a challenge by Rollins, presumably for WrestleMania Backlash. It's been reported that Reigns may have been injured at WrestleMania 38 as he was seen favoring one of his arms, and while the Tribal Chief has been able to lift both titles, it's been noticeably difficult for him. This is either exceptional character work by Reigns, which could easily be the case as he's a phenomenal worker, or next week's absence could be so that he can have a thorough evaluation. Whatever the reason, Reigns won't be on TV next week, but WWE could make his absence mean a whole lot more if Rollins takes him out. Reigns could indeed face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania Backlash, but these two won't be the only big names expected to appear. In local advertisements for the show, Brock Lesnar is being promoted to appear at the event next month, despite not featuring on this week's post-WrestleMania Raw. The advert also promoted Reigns, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey for the show in what will be a stacked card worthy of the WrestleMania prefix. Another report has said that Lesnar will be at Backlash as well as Money in the Bank in July, but after a lengthy run as the fun-loving cowboy who came up short in Dallas, it'll be interesting to see what kind of Brock fans get next. We've got another sad report regarding Tammy Sytch, as the former Sunny has found herself in trouble with the law again. This is somehow even more serious than her previous infractions, as this week, Sytch was apparently the cause of a wreck on US 1 that involved 3 cars and left 1 person dead. The Ormond Beach Observer reports that Sytch failed to stop while driving north of Granada Boulevard, and things turned dark fast. They write, Tamara Lynn Sytch, known by her ring name Sunny, failed to stop at around 8:28 p.m. while driving southbound on US 1 just north of Granada Boulevard and crashed into a stopped vehicle, which then crashed into the vehicle in front of it. The driver of the vehicle hit by Sytch, identified as Julian LaFrancis Lassiter of Daytona Beach Shores, was transported to Halifax Health Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. The 49-year-old Hall of Famer was also transferred to Halifax for treatment, but was later released, and there's no word on if she sustained any kind of injury. A search warrant has been issued for Sytch's urine and blood to determine if she was under the influence at the time, and those results are still pending. We'll continue to monitor this story as more information comes out, but this is yet another dark chapter for Sunny, and we'd like to offer our condolences to the family of the person killed in this avoidable tragedy. In January 2020, Edge returned to the ring after a near-decade-long retirement due to neck problems. Since then, the Rated R superstar has had regular matches for the company, which, given the issues with his neck, have been nothing short of miraculous, but fans should enjoy him while they can. Speaking to Steven's wrestling journey, Edge discussed his career and when he'll have to wind down in the ring for the second time. It won't be 10 years, definitely won't be 10. I doubt it'll be 5, it's gonna be before that. I don't even think it's gonna be 3. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I know the window is small. On this week's Raw, Edge and Damian Priest confirmed their new alliance, and although more names are expected to join soon, including Tommaso Ciampa and Rhea Ripley, Edge is well aware that he's wrestling on borrowed time. Over to AEW now, as Samoa Joe is now with the company, but will also be appearing for Ring of Honor. Joe's history with ROH is well documented, and he's considered one of their greatest champions ever, in stark contrast to his WWE career, which had a lot of stops and starts. On last night's Dynamite, Joe had his first match for AEW and his second match in over 2 years when he faced Max Caster and got a dominant win over the Acclaimed member. Joe showed virtually no ring rust in his performance, and the future looks very bright for him in both AEW and ROH. By all appearances, the only 3-time former NXT champion still has a lot left in the tank, and hopefully he will enjoy his latest run as much as the fans. AEW also saw the feud between Eddie Kingston and the Jericho Appreciation Society continue, as the Mad King, along with Santana and Ortiz, didn't hold back. After ambushing JAS backstage, Kingston led Santana and Ortiz to the ring, where they cut some heated promos, where Kingston once again proved that he's one of the best talkers today. Everything he says comes across as genuine and authentic, and never like he's just trying to goad fans into buying the next big event. The trio of him with Proud and Powerful has certainly proven to be entertaining, but it's difficult, if not impossible, to switch channels when these three are on screen together. As for what this means for their feud with the Jericho Appreciation Society, that's hard to say at this juncture, but this war of groups is proving to make for some exceptional TV. For the past week, a controversy has been boiling around Nash Carter, who has been accused of abuse by his wife Kimber. On social media, the Impact Wrestling star said that Nash had tried to silence her and posted several photos, which she claims is proof of Carter being physically abusive in their relationship. Lee has also posted a photo of Carter imitating Nazi leader Adolf Hitler, and now WWE has stepped in. On Twitter, Sean Ross Sapp confirmed that Carter has been released from WWE despite capturing the NXT Tag Team Championships with Wes Lee at NXT Stand and Deliver. Enzo Amore's name was trending when this was confirmed, as fans recall his release in January 2018 during his time as Cruiserweight Champion. The Certified G was let go after accusations of misconduct came out, and while WWE made it clear that they released him for not disclosing the accusations, not because of the claims against him, Enzo has said that he didn't even know about the accusations until the day of his release. It should be noted that Wes Lee's wife has accused Kimber of lying and has claimed that she's the one who's abusive, and that Carter has spent the last few months living with her and Wes. That has not changed the situation, as Nash Carter is no longer with WWE, and we'll have to see where he goes next after his controversial exit from the company. Nash Carter is no longer with WWE after some shocking accusations made against him, but Kimber is now also facing claims against her too. We mentioned that Wes Lee's wife, who goes by Queen E. Marie on social media, has accused Kimber of being the abuser in their relationship, and she's had even more to say about the Impact star. After making a tweet asking her followers if she should reveal the truth, Marie has since tweeted that Lee's actions as of late is because Nash filed divorce papers on Monday, saying that Kimber is outraged that Nash doesn't want to be with her, and there's nothing else to her actions than being petty about the divorce. Marie went on to say that Lee has ripped up all of Nash's posters, including one-of-a-kind pieces of art with other wrestlers' signatures on them. Kimber has blocked Marie, so won't be responding to her on social media directly, but while Carter's career in WWE has come to an end, this matter is far from over. Back to WWE, as at WrestleMania 38, Stone Cold Steve Austin competed in his first official match since 2003, beating Kevin Owens. A main event that unsurprisingly sent the crowd in Texas home happy, Austin exceeded all expectations with the match and is ending his in-ring career for good on a high. According to sources, Vince McMahon would love for Austin to do more, likely in the ring, after the success of WrestleMania 38, but that won't be happening, as the Rattlesnake is very satisfied with the match and there are no plans for him to wrestle again. Austin won't be wrestling again, but that doesn't mean he won't be getting physical in the future, as while it's only a matter of time before he nails someone else with a stunner, it won't be part of a sanctioned match for WWE. And we're ending today with Cody Rhodes, and after he returned last Saturday, fans were ecstatic to hear what he had to say, so WWE wisely had the American Nightmare open up the post-WrestleMania Raw. Cutting an emotional promo about a promise to be WWE World Champion that he made to his late father, Cody explained that this is why he's back with the company. On the bump, Cody discussed his promo and said he was able to go out in an unscripted Raw fashion to tell the story about his dad that very few people know about. When Ringside News asked around, however, a source confirmed that the promo was 100% scripted, right down to the pauses he made throughout his speech. Vince McMahon paid close attention to the segment and made notes about the handshake with Rollins and who would extend their hand first. Cody Rhodes is already off to a good start with his second run in WWE, but he's still working for Vince McMahon, and that means scripted promos unless something changes with the boss. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.